My name is James Rudman. I'm the Business Development Director at Flowgas. I've been with the company for about 35 years and done various roles in there, from operational, safety, technical. But more recently, there's the Business Development Director, which is really focusing on our transition away from fossil fuels onto sustainable fuels of the future. Well, I suppose in short, sustainability is making sure that the world continues for our future generations in good shape. That's key. Tackling environmental issues, I think, for any business these days is not a question of if, it's becoming more and more critical. And it's not a matter of when, it's now. Things have to change. We have to find sustainable alternatives, which is something we're spending a lot of time on at the moment. So I mentioned my role as Business Development Director was a new role put onto the board just last year, and it's focusing on trying to find a way to transition away from fossil fuels to sustainable alternatives. So environmental sustainability on that basis is key to me. So one of the most important and most challenging problems we have is transitioning away, shifting from the high carbon fossil fuels to sustainable fuels to help our customers on their journey to net zero. We've been switching customers from oil to gas over a number of years now, and I think at the moment we've saved 36,000 tonnes of CO2 per annum in that process by taking them. And that's because LPG is the lowest carbon fuel available to off-mains customers. It's got 20% less carbon intensity than oil and 30 to 40% less carbon intensity than coal. So we've got a very good starting point in having that as a transition fuel. But that's only a starting point. Clearly we need to get into more sustainable fuels of the future. So we've been looking at biopropane, produced from a range of feedstocks, such as used cooking oil. At the moment it's coming from a process called HVO at biorefineries. So it's producing renewable biopropane, which is a drop-in alternative to propane. It's an identical chemical, so we don't have to change any of the infrastructure, no change to the tanks or the boilers, and it's a straight, easy win in that respect. However, there are limited volumes of it. We have taken our first shipload of biopropane in this summer, which I'm pleased to say. We've got another one planned for next year, but we do need to work harder at finding more sources of biopropane. That's certainly a challenge for the industry. Well, ongoing research to finding more sources of biopropane. There's lots of different technologies and we need to embrace them all. You can't just follow one technology. It's not fair to try and pick a winner at this stage. It's not clear which one's going to be successful. So for example, we've sponsored the University of South Wales, who are doing some research into using bacteria to produce biopropane and biobutane from various feedstocks. So that's quite interesting, very early on. But there are a number of other studies going on like that to try and find alternative ways of getting to biopropane. Innovation, I guess, other new products. So another example would be a product it's called dimethyl ether, or DME. It's not an easy name to say. So DME is a very similar chemical to propane, and it can be blended with propane up to 20% or so, and we're finding ways that it can be produced renewably, and it's probably going to become more available quicker than the large volumes of biopropane we need. So we're working with a company at the moment who in effect are going to take municipal waste, put it through what they call a technology called pyrolysis, producing syngas, converting that to methanol and converting that to renewable DME. And we believe we're going to have that available to us by 2023, and we'll then blend that in with our propane streams to supply to customers as a sort of partially renewable fuel. And then in time, there are other projects of DME on the cards as well. I can foresee us supplying 100% renewable DME to our customers. This will probably be the commercial and industrial customers. And beyond that, there's also, we've been looking at blue and green hydrogen and how that can help. And clearly hydrogen is going to have a future place in the economy, no doubt about that. But how we get it to our off-mains customers is more difficult. It's quite easy to foresee how hydrogen could be injected into the natural gas grid, but as I said, our customers are off-mains. So we've been looking at ammonia, which is a hydrogen carrier. So you can then carry the hydrogen cost effectively in relatively large quantities in our repurposed road tankers. Our LPG infrastructure can be just converted slightly to make it compatible with ammonia. And then we can deliver that to industrial customers. And then you'll have a choice of either cracking the ammonia back to hydrogen or potentially also burning ammonia as a fuel itself. So another interesting opportunity for the future.